At the head table, we have President Dr. the Honorable Julian Hunt. To his left, West Indies Cricket Board Director and President of the Barbados Cricket Association, Joel Garner. Two men who need no introduction whatsoever to any of you. And to the President, right, Mr. Michael Muirhead, the newly appointed CEO of the West Indies Cricket Board, for whom this press conference has been organized to introduce him to you, the media, and the public of Barbados and the Caribbean. So I will ask and invite President Dr. the Honorable Julian Hunt to make a presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, I thank you for joining us this morning at this most august venue, indeed the Mecca of cricket in the West Indies. It is imperative that I once again register our congratulations of the West Indies team for the historic and hard-fought triumph in the ICC World 2020 tournament. Instead of the usual lectures and condemnations, it was refreshing to have arrived in Barbados to warm and exuberant congratulations. I cannot recall another time in my own presidency when West Indies cricket has been subject to such a period of sustained kudos. I was in Sri Lanka and witnessed every moment of the final and the preceding matches. I saw the will to win, the camaraderie, and the unrelenting attitude of focused determination in executing the team motto for the tournament: one team, one people, one goal. The victory demonstrates, like the great West Indies team have done in the past, that as diverse a region as we are, when we work together purposefully, we can achieve the greatest things and indeed dominate the world. While this victory is by no means a panacea for all the ills which have stagnated West Indies cricket, it is an indication that West Indies cricket is back on a progressive course, and that even brighter days are ahead once we commit to doing all that is required to ensure that we build on this triumph. I must also outline that our West Indies women's team, which is developing at a rapid pace, has achieved the target of finishing in the top 4 of the tournament. We commend them and look forward to them achieving the next level of winning a world tournament by 2016. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, allow me to turn to the specific purpose for which we are gathered. It is my distinct honor to formally introduce to you the newly appointed Chief Executive Officer of the West Indies Cricket Board, Mr. Michael Muirhead. You are already aware that Mr. Muirhead has emerged after a rigorous process of recruitment which the WICB undertook. As you are also aware, this became necessary following the decision of the former CEO, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, deciding not to seek a renewal of his contract after serving West Indies cricket for 3 years. I wish to place once again on public record the profuse thanks of the Board of Directors to Dr. Hilaire for his fearless and dedicated services to West Indies cricket at one of, if not the most challenging time in our regional sport. He was an unenviable task of implementing change in the manner in which the WICB operated. Whilst we at the board were always cognizant that change is not a process which is always embraced with fondness or welcomed, it was necessary, and we took the policy decisions and charged Dr. Hilaire to execute. We have gone through the most challenging times in the process of change, but the task is yet complete. Mr. Muirhead enters West Indies cricket to lead the management against the background of the structures of West Indies cricket having been implemented and strengthened. His mandate is to continue to build on these foundational strengths to take West Indies cricket forward. The board is confident that the appointment of Mr. Muirhead will ensure that West Indies cricket remains resolutely on the path to structured development and progress, and that he is most capable of continuing the process of overseeing the implementation of the WICB Strategic Plan 2011 to 2016. Michael brings a wealth of experience in a range of sectors in Jamaica. He is an accomplished, astute, and measured executive on whom the board will rely to execute its programs and policies and further build capacity at the WICB Secretariat. We have been most impressed with his resume, clarity of thought, broad understanding of the sport, communication skills, and overall skill set, and specifically his capacity for judicious management. Now that we are exiting the season of fundamental change in West Indies cricket and approaching the road to sustained stability and steady progress, the board believes that Michael is the ideal candidate to lead its administrative arm. Michael can be assured of the support of myself as president of the board of directors, and we are confident that his tenure will be a successful one as we continue the critical work of rebuilding West Indies cricket to be a sustained world cricketing force in the future. I thank you.
Thank you very much, President Hunt. I'll now move straight over to Director and President Garner for a short address by him.
Thank you, Imran. All protocols having been observed, I wish to join President Hunt in congratulating the West Indies team for winning the World T20 and for women for finishing in the top 4. Let me do it publicly. We've been in contact all during the tournament with the management, so I know I'll do it publicly for the first time. But I'd also like to join the President and welcome Mr. Muirhead formally to West Indies cricket, and specifically to Barbados. I would say that President Hunt has laid out quite clearly the reasons for Mr. Muirhead being appointed CEO and what his mandate will be. I can only reiterate that the board is unrelenting on its push to continue to change West Indies cricket for the better, to ensure that all foundations and structures are strong and that we have committed to giving the new CEO our support. Let me just, as president of BCA, welcome you to Barbados. Our relationship between Barbados and the West Indies Cricket Board has been a very good one. I would say a very harmonious one, and we hope that it will continue that way. We would anticipate some challenges along the way and differences, but I'm sure that if people keep talking, we can work them out. But we look forward to a positive and productive relationship with you overall. I'm convinced that once we hold our standards as our standard, the best interests of West Indies cricket, we will be able to reach compromise and mutual understanding will prevail. Welcome to Barbados. And what I can say to you is that you can feel free to call on us at any time for support in your ventures.
Thank you, Director Garner. I now invite the new CEO, Mr. Muirhead, to make his first public presentation as Chief Executive Officer of the West Indies Cricket Board.
Indeed, we are at a historic moment in West Indies cricket when the West Indies has just won the ICC World T20 tournament, our first world title in 8 years and 4th since the 1970s. Like President Hunt and Director Garner, I congratulate the team for their win, but I also thank them for rolling the pitch for my innings as CEO. I commend too the West Indies women's team for their contribution to the preparation of the pitch. We are also at a juncture where West Indies cricket is coming out of a difficult season of change. The season is not yet complete, but I would like to think that we have emerged from the roughest waters. I enter West Indies cricket at a time when the foundation for the future success of the game has been laid and I must recognize the work of the board of directors and the former CEO, Dr. Ernest Hillier, in this regard. Theirs was the unenviable task of taking unpopular and robust decisions in setting the foundation in place. My mandate is to continue the work, and my guide will be the WICB's Strategic Plan 2011 to 2016, which is already being implemented, and the success of which we are already realizing. I wish to state emphatically that I believe that the strategic plan is the best guide, and notice the word guide, for the future success of the West Indies cricket, and the continued implementation of it is critical. I am aware that my name has not been one which has been widely known regionally prior to the announcement of my appointment. I have been warned and have already begun experiencing the dramatic changes which I know will only broaden with each day on the job. Meeting immigration officers, executives, taxi drivers, colleagues, fans have taken on an entirely different meaning in the past month. These various individuals, including one man in Jamaica who insisted on walking alongside my car while refusing to allow me to drive off, have in their own unique way wished me well, but have also given me advice on all the decisions and actions which need to be taken. If ever I was in doubt, and I was not, of the unmatched and unmatchable regional force that is West Indies cricket, it has been thoroughly reinforced in my mind. I am aware too that I will be subject to criticism, and we know that when this is the case with our Caribbean brothers and sisters, as it regards cricket, it is unlikely to only be of the mild variety. I appeal for patience, as I assure you that decisions taken will always be in the best interest of West Indies cricket. I stand committed to serving the game to ensure its future success. I see the West Indies brand as a powerful global brand, one which must be better exploited in the best interest of the game. I see the product that we have as a strong one, which must be given the support it needs for consistent success. I see the West Indies Cricket Board, Board of Directors, and the management as ultimately being of service to our game, our brand, and our product. And this will be my philosophy and guiding principle as I serve the game and the people of the Caribbean as Chief Executive Officer of the West Indies Cricket Board. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Muirhead. Thank you as well to President Hunt and Director Garner. I should point out that this is the introductory press conference for the CEO. It is the beginning of a media tour that he will undertake this week and in the coming weeks across the Caribbean. So you should feel privileged that you are effectively opening the batting, and you will have the first opportunity to question him, the CEO, on anything that you may wish to do with regard, restricting obviously with regard to his appointment. There are a number of issues in West Indies cricket, perhaps too many for us to count, and we certainly will not be able to cover all of them at one press conference. The President has agreed, something which he does not often do, to also entertain questions, and I'm sure Director Garner will avail himself for a few questions as well. So I open the floor for questions from you to the head table.